Welcome, folks. How's everybody doing out there? We're getting there. We're getting there. We're continuing the grind, as it were. And we are welcome again to my one-man build of the house. And we are at the very we're nearing the tunnel. We're nearing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's right now we're gonna put another sheet or a few up. We're doing all the bottom here. I'm trying to, so let me pan you around the room. I've done that section there on the bottom. I got to do the top and the sides. I got to do this whole entire wall plus the closet, and then this wall. And when I take care of all of that, I will do the opposite wall because unfortunately that's the wall with all the drywall on it. So I don't want to, don't want to kill myself moving drywall and then having to move it back. So everything in its due time. So we should be getting rid of a few sheets. It should be, let's see, this will take a piece. Okay, that'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sheets there, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 or 14 sheets. And we've got 20 remaining here. This wall will take 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets. So you figure 18 sheets. And I got 20 here. I got 2 sheets to spare, which is perfect-ish. Yeah, that's about the estimates. So, well, here we go. Let me go ahead and get to drilling. The shoulder's hurting, so I can't really raise the arm too much. So, but I end up doing it anyway. All right, here we go. Right. That's even. That's a little off. No biggie. There we go. Of course, before we continue, we need to mark the outlet. Should be an outlet somewhere along here. There it is. Found it. There it is. And then we cut it. On the money. Next. Always check to see if all the screws are in place. And then we move on to the next one. Okay, let's see. Shall we put this one outside? Shall we go in the closet? 6 of one, half dozen of another. As long as we continue, we're good. So let's do this bottom piece. We'll do all the top pieces after. I just want to do the bottoms first. 4 foot and 1/2. The moving of the camera. Gotta love it. Some of these didn't tear properly. So we have to separate them. You know, there's a strip on each side. They come in packs of 2, and sometimes they don't tear properly. The drywall sheets, the edges. They forgot to put the piece in it. Not a very. It is what it is. 48.5. Double check. Yep. I don't want to be off thinking it was 49.5 and then make a mistake there. these out here. Grab the knife, slice this side up. And we're done. Yeah, we're almost done. All right. Take our measurements on the wall, and we're looking at 18, 30, 39 and a half. Found an interesting, well, not found, I just, I guess, realized is the word, an interesting I have a theory, but it's probably correct, about Central Florida. An observation. How's that? I observed that living in Miami for so long, and then now living here 5, 6 years, it's interesting that in Miami, all the cold fronts, they don't last too long. When there's a cold front for the rest of the country, 9 times out of 10, never even hits Florida, South Florida. Never hits South Florida. It's always warm down there. It's nice, and yeah, it's great during the summer when you're on the beach, and it's great during the winter when you're not. But if you live there all year round, it's just plain hot. And here it's so nice. Right now, I've got a vest on, but that's because it's cool inside the house. Because it's very well insulated and it's kept the cold from last night. Last night it was like 45, and then it didn't get down to 45 here. It's always around 65, and more or less gets to 82 during the day these days, and then 45 at night, more or less. It goes up and down. But the point I'm making is I observed that the cold fronts, it's always 10 degrees cooler here in Central Florida than it is down in Miami. And the cold fronts always brush up and just barely pass Central Florida, especially where I'm at. Sometimes they hit Orlando, sometimes they don't, but they always pass me. And this is about the line where they I don't want to say stop. They just below me, just south of me, they stop, just around Orlando. And so sometimes South Orlando will be warm most of the time, and North Orlando will be a lot colder. Well, I'm an hour north of them, so it's fantastic because here, every cold front that comes through keeps the temperature really comfortable. relatively speaking. The added pluses to moving to Central Florida. It's incredible. You know, wherever you hang your hat is home, but I'm happy that I rehung my hat here. Or I'm hanging it here eventually. All right, let's everybody that there's a constant mass exodus from Miami for those who can afford it, for those who can afford to move, and I don't. Oh, okay, let me just say, for those that are smart enough to move, and the timing is right, because sometimes you got kids in school, you don't want to uproot them. I've been through that. Sometimes. Now, as far as money is concerned, if you own a house down in South Florida, and the timing is okay, and the job is not a stumbling block, I don't want to say you'd be a fool not to move, but I won't say it. I'll say it without saying it, because down there you could sell a house for 500 grand up. Just about any house. $750,000, most average houses, you know, it's ridiculous what the home prices have gone for. Let's just say 500,000. Here, you could buy for 250, I bought 5 acres and a whole house, twice the size of mine, and a warehouse to double that size even. So I've got, in essence, I've got under the roof, I've got 4 times the area that I had at my house, and I have got 20 times the area in land for 1/3 of what I would sell my house for. So I mean, think about it. It's a smart move. The weather's better. People are good, you know, and it all depends, you know. Obviously, if you're well, I won't talk politics, but it's you can call it rural, but you can't really say rural these days, because people say, oh, there's 30 minutes between me and the closest store. Well, that's rural. I'm 2 minutes away from an entire mall of I mean, an entire city, practically a city of all the condensed restaurants and stores and all that, with not much traffic. My closest neighbor is 500 feet away. That would be the equivalent to a block, practically, in my old neighborhood. You know, 150 really. So whatever. That's 3 houses away, if you want to talk in Miami terms. I'll tell you, best decision I ever made. Best decision we ever made. I got plenty of stuff to do. If you telecommute, then again, you would be crazy not to. You'd be crazy not to move. Because if you can work from anywhere, pick a nice place, you know? It's a little crazy. Now, if your job requires you to be there and you don't want to find another job, then I understand that. Where was that outlet? There it is. I never remember where the outlets are, but I don't have to. Where each outlet is. I don't have to. On the money, once again. This thing keeps slipping. Now the ones on the floor, I either have to hire somebody because I can't get down there on my knees, and I can't bend down that far without hurting myself. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with them. We're going to see. I may end up doing them all. I may end up inventing a nice little device where I could just do this sideways and you know, and might work. We'll see. All right, next one. Let's start doing the closet pieces. First and foremost, if I have any outlets, make sure they're all covered. I mean, you know, whatever. Make sure I can't penetrate any. There's a lot of things you got to look over when you're doing drywall. If you're doing it if you're doing a business of drywall, you don't care. You just drill anywhere. And if you happen to drill a plumbing or well, then that's the breaks. Depending on your accountability, you'll either blow it off and blame it on somebody else if you're in that business, or you'll take the necessary steps to avoid that in the first place. But I've seen a lot of drywallers, and they just don't care. That's why you put up nail plates and stuff like that as a framer. But if you're doing the whole thing yourself, well, I still do the wall plates to protect them, but always check. My screws are 1.25 inches, which if you take away the 1/2 inch or so from the drywall, then you're looking at 5/8 of an inch going in. Let's call it 3/4 in case it goes in too far. Okay, so 3/4 of an inch is what it will penetrate the wood. Everything that doesn't have a nail plate on it should be at least 1.5 inches away from the thing. If you drilled a 1/2 inch hole in the center of a 3.5 inch wide 2x4, if you're following me with the math on this, you drill a 1/2 inch hole in the middle, you've got 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches twice, that's 3 inches, plus the 1/2 inch, there's your 3.5 inches. So you're roughly dead center, but give or take a little. There's always a little bit of play, allowance, but you should be dead center or close to dead center. That will avoid any kind of problems in case your screw just happens to go in the drywall, through the drywall into the stud where an electrical line is crossing or a plumbing line. Plumbing lines, all of them, because plumbing lines are bigger, so it's not just a simple 1/2 inch hole. I mean, we're talking. Well, yeah, that's true. The supply lines are 1/2 inch, but we still put nail plates on all of them, code or no code. Okay, so here we go. Let's figure out what this next one is and cut it. And where did I put my measuring tape? I always have it on me, and now I don't have it on me. There it is. And as always, I check the bottom and I check the top, just to make sure not only that it's level, 80.5, but to make sure it's level, but also to make sure there's no skew. Sometimes the walls are a little skewed. It's understandable. Sometimes block layers are not perfect. Sometimes they settle. Sometimes something expands. They should all be perpendicular. Excuse me. But it's not always the case. So 80.5 is the measurement. Let's grab our broom, because you always got to make sure the bottom is clear of all debris. For numerous reasons, you want to make sure that it's clear of all debris. One, you don't want to slip on anything by accident. I mean, with the speed I'm going, I'm not likely to slip, but if you got young people doing this work, they'll slip. They'll be very, very anxious to move around. Anyway. Also, you don't want trash underneath the drywall to throw it off. And you don't want junk underneath the drywall, trash or anything that could attract bugs or anything like that. This is a nice bug-free environment. I mean, no bug's going to find any food here. But if there's, say, rotting wood or something like that, then the carpenter ants will come. If there's food, potato chips or something that the workers might have eaten and left around, lying around, ants will come, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And some people will say change your blade often, but I've worked with quite a number of drywallers that if your blade starts to rip the paper, then change it. But I mean, I can go through 5 or 10 sheets cutting them without having to switch sides. So 20 sheets, I mean, that's 320, that's over 600 square feet of drywall, 640. So really doesn't now you always have that option. You just make sure you find a good safe can or something that you can throw them away so nobody gets cut. And with this thing, I mean, this thing's easy. All I got to do is press a button, pull the thing out, and then just go bloop, bloop, and done. This thing's I got 5 blades ready to go in here, but you can save the money, you might as well. There we are. Now the measuring and marking occurs. Now we'll go from the left. $16, $38, $42, the usual. $16, $32, $48, $64, and the end. Okay. Now we lift and we place. Trying to figure the easiest way to do this, and I think I know. And off we go. Great. Which side did that hit? Okay. Here we are, folks. Another one. Okay, that's good. Now it's getting a little warm. So I'll start shedding layers soon. All right, let's bring this to this side. The nice heavy-duty extension cord. But I'm going to use my right leg because my left knee is really messed up today. I don't know how it'll be in the future when I rest. I'm hoping it'll heal, but you never know. Okay, should be the same measurement, but never rely on anything to be certain. Sure enough. So here we go. Let's do our sweep. Nothing like the feeling of walking on nice, clean concrete. All right, let's do it. Tear this one apart too. These some of these sheets are, you know, most of them are pretty good, but every now and then the manufacturer just misses. Should be on the edge. Alrighty. There we go. I don't need to pencil it, go straight to the blade. Alrighty. Measurement time. The usual suspects. Let's see if I'm going to pick it up from here. I'll go from this side. Sorry about my back, folks. Gotta do this easiest way possible, and unfortunately, sometimes can't pander to the camera. Alrighty, so here we go. Easiest with the thing. And need to open a new box of screws. Be right back. If I wasn't going to use the whole thing, I wouldn't open it this way, but I am, so there it is. Okay, all good to go. Ready for the next one. And it's 4 foot even. Wonder if I can save one of the others that I have. I don't think I can. Very unfortunate. It's 48 and just a hair more. If I use that one, I'll try. Let me try to use it, see if I can reach the screws. Bear with me, folks. I got one here that's 47 and a half. And it's an inch less, but that's what compounding corners are for, corner beams, you know. You know what? I can do it. Give me a second, I'll move the camera. All right. This is going to be, as you see, there's some half-inch gaps on either side, but I'm saving a lot of drywall, so. Now is mark it because I didn't mark it before. No problema. That's why you got to make sure everything is plumb. Because when you go to put your screws in, there is an occasion where it may be messed up. And that one may be off because I couldn't get the square in there yet. Got it. Let's find out how close we are here. Missed one. That happens occasionally. No problem. No problem whatsoever. These are a little loose. Nothing more. And that was on the money. Okay, folks, we got the insides, we got that. Let's work on this one. And then we'll start doing all the tops. All right. So, let's brush this off. Okay. Do a little measuring. Oh yes, very important. Let's put this, the locator in. Everything's nice and clear. Always check that there's no missing screws or staples or stuff like that popping out that can skew your, or cause, because what happens is, let's say there's a screw here, which there's a little nail here. This is not big enough to impact anything, but if there's a nail because you toenailed something and it's sticking out considerably, then one of two things is going to happen. It'll either stick out the board and then you'll pop the screws through, and that's no good, or the screws will catch, pull the board in, and then you'll get a nice big bump there that you have to cut out and then refinish. It's just more work. Or you could just do a quick hammer, or you could do a whole finish work. I mean, you know, or you could be careful in the beginning and not make those mistakes, but well, mistakes are often made. All right. Top is 76, bottom 76. So here we go. Getting tired, folks, getting tired. It's almost lunchtime, and I'll probably be taking a break after 1, 2, or 3 more sheets, and then I'll come back to it. 76 trombones in the hit parade. Okay, where is my, oh yes, I left it in there. I should have cut this off standing up, but oh. Boochie, what are you doing out there?
You see her?
She's outside heading to the side gate, the side entrance.
In the front?
She's heading over here.
Oh.
At least she was.
Our bestie next door is outside.
What's that?
Our bestie next door is outside.
Oh. The racist neighbors outside. Doesn't come out very often. He's about to keel over. It's just gotta be like 86 by now. But just it's never pleasant to see him. Not because of his age, because of who he is. You know. He's just evil incarnate. As I'm doing the measuring now, as they say, may God have mercy on his soul. 15. Wow, these are horrible dimensions. See, 15, 4, 31, 7, all right. Not too bad. Not too bad on the second thought. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a darn shame because you think of what would have been. Okay, now, who would you rather be? Just a curious question, folks. Would you rather be an old man who is friendly to your neighbor to the point, if your neighbor is building a house, now you've got entertainment. You can go over his place every day, watch what he's doing, maybe learn something, just have a nice conversation, and not waste away in your place. Or would you rather be the old guy who reports everything that doesn't agree with you, reports a dog on his yard rather than walking over to the neighbor and saying, hey, your dog's in my yard, which I understand, Now, it wasn't me, it was somebody else's dog, but, reports garbage cans out, telling the city that, hey, you're not paying for garbage service because your house is not built yet, which is untrue, because I am paying for garbage service, at least according to waste disposal and according to my taxes. And then call a person, tell them to go back to Miami to his kind, whatever that kind may be. 58 years I've not born, but practically 4 months old, raised in this country. I don't think that is appropriate. Even if you're an immigrant, I don't think that's appropriate, but, And report every little minor thing to the point that the county and waste disposal knows his name and apologizes, and the firemen and the police have come here apologizing, telling me, listen, I'm sorry that you have a neighbor that can't let you go around your own business. We got to come here because it's our job to tell you this, but we've said our piece. Have a nice day and do whatever you like. So, I mean, he used to be in the CIA, so I don't know what kind of, or at least he says he used to be in the CIA. For all I know, he's in witness protection or something, or just he used to be in CYA and he's all paranoid. For what now? Because nobody in WITSEC would be that blatantly mean, because they would draw attention to themselves. So, and I always wonder that because maybe I watch too many shows. But I'll tell you, I thanked him. My wife and I sat in his house, thanked him for his service in the CIA. I think I want to take that back, and I'm pretty damn sure I want to take that back, because if we have somebody like that, paranoid and constantly complaining and curmudgeon in our security services, I don't think that's good for the country. In fact, I don't think he's good for our country at all. It's just that simple. My family agrees. And so do many of my friends that I've talked to. He's just a bad man. A bad neighbor. So here we go with this one. So needless to say, you can understand why when my family sees him, they are annoyed at just the vision of him. But I'm sure he's annoyed at the vision of me. But I'm not going to stoop to his level. I'm not going to go around and go, la, 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 Well, he's not doing that either, to be fair. But he's just living his life, and I'm happy living mine, letting him live his. After all, the family, everybody around here, all the neighbors are going to be here a lot longer than him. And I gotta tell you, until all that stuff happened, and I still don't wish anybody dead, don't get me wrong. I don't wish anybody ill or death or anything. However, when it comes to a certain individual, I will not miss him. I will not miss his passing. I will feel sorry for his family that he passed, but I personally will be relieved. Okay, where did it go? Oh, there's an outlet back here, so it's popping it out. Gotta pay attention to what we're doing. So, we grab our outlet locator and locate our outlet. And there it is. Because the closer we get to it, the more it's going to pop out. about good to go. Always got to remember the little joints. Alrighty. Getting tired, folks. Getting tired and getting hungry. All right. Let's start from here and go all the way around and do the tops. Well, you won't see the rest of it because I'm going to be whatever. But let's see what we got here. 48 inches. Even. I'm doing the 48 over here first. One 3/4. 1 3/4. Okay. The measurement is 61 3/4. And as you see, for those of you paying attention, I've got one left. There's no point in having this thing loaded with only one when we're balancing one of these things and we have to do this one-handed. So, putting a new strip and cutting 61 3/4 off the next for the next drywall. This will go right here, ready to go. Get everything out of the way. And we'll focus on that. There we go. Okay, what do we got here? The usual, yep, 16, 32, 48. All right. Alrighty. Okay, folks, let's place this one up. Nothing's ever easy. Sorry, folks, give me a second. Hey, Mitch, how's it going? Didn't see you guys there. Out and about. Well, working. Yeah, this one's a little bit skewed, so I gotta take off 3/4 of an inch at the end. So yeah, that's. I better draw a line because if I if I try to do a skew hand done, it's just not gonna work. Not gonna work. Where is my? Oh, it's on the floor. I don't know how it fell, but I don't care. All right. Doing a little bit of trimming here, folks, because it's Not exactly straight up there. Okay. Take two. Take two. There we go. Alright. Much better. A lot of dust. A lot of dust. Okay. Let's maybe do this one. I don't know. Let's see, what time is it? 12:12. I got time for one more. Averaging about one every 15 minutes. 47. 47. All right.
Okay, just about ready to put this one on. So here we go, folks. The next one. And then I'm gonna break for lunch. Because I need to energize. I hate it when that happens. Looks like I'm breaking for lunch now. And using this for some other place because measure twice, cut once. 60.5, that's not correct. Oh, I'm off by an inch. Second time I've done that. Yeah, maybe I could just knock it off real quick. I knocked that one in 5 minutes, so let's see what I can do here. 61.5, if you please. I'll turn the camera in a second, folks. I'm just in a hurry.
gonna do the same thing we did before. On a longer sheet, make sure it's 61.5. It is. Now, we'll do the 47. Yeah. And here we go again. See if we get it right this time. And there we go. Okay, folks, got another one up, and I'm just going to relax for a little bit. That one might be an 8-footer. Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to put this up vertically. Be a lot easier. I could just trim the thing. Yeah, I'm going to do that. All right, so, folks, thank you all for dropping in. Catch you on the next one. And I should, unless I do another live today, which I doubt, I will probably be doing all the final details next time. And then hopefully in 2 or 3 episodes, you'll see me, or maybe possibly even 1, you'll see me compounding. We'll see what happens. Have a great day and catch you later.